Welcome back. Today we want to talk about the 4 people who will help you relaunch your career.
Yes.
And there may be more.
Yes.
But there are 4 very specific people, each filling a specific role that you need based on our decades of experience to succeed in returning to work after a break.
And I want to say this too, that meeting these people can happen over the progression of the journey of returning to work. It's not like today you have to make sure that you're
Well, we've learned that from our program because we teach this lesson and everybody's like, oh my God, I've got to have all 4 names filled today. It's not like that.
No.
They'll evolve. They'll come to you.
And they will change.
That's right.
You know, you might have one, well, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. Okay. So the first one is the ally. That one actually stays pretty steady through the process.
And you probably know who they are, right?
Yes, they're already in your life. They're someone who is a huge cheerleader for you. They're the person that can pick you up off of the mat when things get hard and difficult. They have earned that right to give you those difficult truths when maybe you don't necessarily want to hear them, but they're always in service of your greater good.
And they always have your back. I mean, for you, it's been Kat.
Yeah.
And for me, it's been my sister, Lynn. But now I feel like you're my ally.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I mean,
in many ways,
right?
Well, especially in owning a business, and it's like really at the end of the day, any feedback that we're giving each other, or things that we are seeing about that person that maybe they need to be doing more of or less of, or it's always in service of the greater goal. It's in service of your growth and your,
just someone you can really trust, because this is a vulnerable process.
Absolutely.
Starting a business is a vulnerable process. We have had many times where we've hit the mat and have been there to pick each other up. So that person's going to do that for you. And that one you need right away. And that one you probably have already anyway.
And if you don't, because sometimes when we pick our head up and we've been in service of everyone else and we pick our head up and we look around at the landscape of our life, we may not have this person into our life, but now you are going to look through this new lens at people who come into your life. Who is someone that you feel a comfort, a security with that can be an ally for you as you navigate this process? Okay.
Right. Second role is the mentor.
Yeah.
Different.
Yes.
A mentor may be a friend, maybe a sister, maybe a colleague, but it's someone who is already at a level that you aspire to. So the ideal career relaunch mentor is someone who has already done a career relaunch and you've seen her succeed and you can tap into her for help. The nice thing about if you can find the person that's already done it is they're going to have, unlike other generic mentors, a real understanding of what you're going through and be able to offer help. But the mentor is going to be someone who can guide you, who can answer questions, who can help you on this process. And it's a long-term role. Now, it may be different people filling it at different times. This week, you might need help figuring out what I want to do. The next week, you might need help doing a resume. And there might be different people filling that role, as you said, as we kick this off.
Yeah. I want to pick up on something that you said, that this is sort of, I'm going to add a word to it, but there is an evolving that happens with this person, because a mentor can be someone that you have one conversation with on one day that gives you some wisdom and advice that helps you advance your cause here. And
you had one.
Absolutely. That happened to me. And it was probably one of the most pivotal conversations that I had through my whole relaunch process. And it made me take action on some really important steps that got me into coaching school, that, had me realize what I needed to do as a mom.
And she never met her. This is a phone call, right?
It was one phone call, one day. That was it. It also could be someone out there that is a guru in your area of, it could be in the industry that you're in
the function or role.
And so it could be a podcast that you're listening to. It could be a book that you're reading. Those people can be someone who is sharing a wisdom with you that is helping you forward your goal of relaunching your career. Yeah,
it's great. Okay. The next role is the connector. And no one gets a job without networking.
Right.
I mean, there's tons of stats out there. You just trust us that it's so small a percentage of people who just put their resumes on a job board and get a job. Most people get them through networking, which is a good thing, because that means as you're connecting with people, hopefully they understand and remember what it felt like when they were doing the same thing. The connector is someone in your orbit who knows everyone, a lot of people, someone who not only is well connected themselves, but has a connection to you, an appreciation maybe for what you're going through, or maybe just an affection for you because of your friendship or because they're a neighbor that would be willing to help you connect to those people.
And I want to say a little something about if you are somebody who is more mature in your return and you've been out for an extended period of time, don't negate to look at the younger people that are around you, your children's friends, your children, your neighbors, your younger neighbors who are out there working and in the grind of maybe the first years of their career, or maybe they're upperly mobile, and you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I don't have that crossover, but my neighbor Michael works for such and such organization, and I know I'm really interested in that industry. He could be somebody that I could
absolutely. And to build on that, when many of us who are older started our careers, they were hierarchical. There were very specific tracks that you took, kind of a ladder. It's not like that. Organizations are much more flat. So there's a good chance that you could be working for someone who's your son's age. And just kind of going and networking with that concept in mind is only going to help you as you go back into these organizations that are much flatter and more agile.
It's really interesting because as my children have gotten older, it's not that I know less people, it's just that I have less contact with the people that when my boys were really in the thick of those younger years,
when you're really
I was seeing them on the sidelines. I was seeing them, but now when they're off to college, you're seeing less of these people, but there are people that are still all around you. Like I said, neighbors, they could be on volunteer organizations that you're a part of. Those are people that you also want.
I think one of my favorite things that happens when we're doing this exercise in our programs is that when women first start reaching out, they realize how valued they are, because these are people, if you're the kind of person that's been home for a while and you've been a pillar in your community, there are people who really benefited from what you and I both did, that from what you've done, and they really do want to help you. You'll be really surprised pleasantly at how many people want to be of service to you in this journey.
And really see it as an honor that you might even consider reaching out and asking them. Okay. And the last one is the employer. I'll let you take this one.
So this is a tricky one because people think the employer is the person you want to work for, but it's not. In the perfect return to work team, you have someone who is an employer, either a senior or middle level manager or a business owner who hires people, because as you're working through the process, you're going to want to test yourself out on someone who does hiring. So it may be going to this person to say, could you look at my resume? Maybe one visit. Maybe it could be, could I meet with you just to kind of get inside the head of the hiring manager so I could prepare for my interview? Every once in a while, that employer, in the quotation marks, becomes a legitimate employer because they meet you and think, oh my God, I never considered you for this role. You'd be great. But a really important person, this person is not with you along the journey like the ally would be, or the mentor if you have a long-term mentor. This person's there when you feel like you're almost ready for prime time, but you want to tap into someone
like practice.
Exactly.
So there you have it. Who is to be on your team when you're thinking about return to work? So there you have it. And if you want to like and subscribe, we bring you new content every Monday. You can also find out more about our company, Prepare to Launch You, at preparetolaunchu.com. And we hope to see you around.